white flag, woman.
Yes, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. Tonight we come to Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania for round number 9 of the Blue Sphere Corporation and Dirty Old Bastards 360 Winged Sprint Car Series. My name is Brett Wheeler. Thank you for joining us here. We're getting already into qualifying. In fact, group number 1 done and dusted. The PA posse look to beat some of these dirty old bastard drivers here. Well, group number 1, quickest qualifier on the racetrack was the 84 of Chris Brenner with an 18.538. Second quick was John Batista with an 18.655. Third quick was Drew Neal with an 18.727 and Jason Nygaard with an 18.800. Yeah, just live on the Facebook page tonight. We'll have everything updated or uploaded to YouTube within 24 hours of the race finishing. Next couple of cars onto the racetrack right now in car number 37. We got Zane Scott. Also on the racetrack in car number 5, Tyler Curtis. In car number 11, Zach McLaughlin. And in the 006, it's Cody Olsen. Zane Scott in car 37, position 5 with an 18.840. Tyler Curtis with an 18.920. Zach McLaughlin with an 18.830. And Cody Olsen with an 18.857. Zane Scott jumps to position 4 with an 18.732. Tyler Curtis position 3 with an 18.717. An 18.715 for Zach McLaughlin. And waiting on Cody Olsen with a 18.688. So, well, those drivers within half a tenth of each other here in qualifying. Just goes to show you how even these drivers are at the moment. So, big news if you haven't already heard or if you haven't read on our Facebook page. Ultimate Dirt TV has secured a couple of naming rights sponsorships. We got 2 sponsors to announce: the SETI Group, which will be the starting grid, so the SETI Group starting grid and SETI Group finishing results. And we've also got the Colby's Eye Paints Instant Replay. So big thanks to those guys for coming on board for the remainder of this season and also the full season of next season. The 222 Western Mule, Big Slick as he's known as here. He is on the racetrack going through turns 3 and 4. The 090 Trevor Royer also on the racetrack. The 127 of Stephen Hill. And in the 257, last night's hard charger from the Pro Series, it's Anthony Lepresto. Western Mule second quick with an 18.622. Trevor Royer, 9th with an 18.773. Stephen Hill with an 18.906. Lepresto with an 18.886. Western Mule, let's have a look. He's slower on lap number 2, as is Trevor Royer. And Anthony Lepresto, 10th quick with an 18.800. We also had Stephen Hill. No time on lap number 2. So 3 groups of qualifying done at the moment. And out rolls the number 93 of Chris Roberts. Chris Roberts in car number 93. Dale Glessner in car number 10 on the racetrack as well. And in the SETI Group, number 97, Matthew Henninger. Matthew Henninger in the number 97. And the 4th car on the racetrack in the 421, it's Trampus Kolthoff. So guys, we'll now pick up speed as they try and lay down their best 2 qualifying laps here around the Williams Grove Speedway. Green flag, group number 4. We've got, I think, 32 or 33 cars in attendance. So we are going to see a B main here tonight. It'll be consisted of positions 21 on back. Glessner with a 19.138. Roberts with an 18.957. Henninger with an 18.984. Travis Koltoff with an 18.740. Jumps to position number 10. Glessner with an 18.983. Roberts with an 18.933. Henninger with an 18.962. And Koltoff slower on lap number 2. So his first time with an 18.740. Good enough for 9th quick. And not at the moment, no one been able to topple the number 84 of Chris Brenner, but still plenty of cars to come out onto this racetrack and set a lap time in. Well, if you're joining us here for the first time on Ultimate Dirt TV, we're live on Facebook. We also have a YouTube channel. You can check it out at www.youtube.com/Ultimate Dirt TV. All of our broadcast races are uploaded to our YouTube page. And the next group of cars to come out onto the racetrack in the Steel Cycle 005 entry, Brandon Steele. In the 015, it's Charles Hayes. Charles Hayes in the 015 into the wall. Coming past the flag stand now in the Johnny Walker Blue Label 911, it's Steve Castle. And the last car in this group of hot lap session here, or qualifying, it's car number 7 of Dylan Workman. Let's have a look at our first driver to get a time in. Brandon Steele, 17th quick with a 19.109. Charles Hayes with a 19.086. Steve Castle with an 18.964. That's 17th quick. And Dylan Workman, the fastest out of these 4 drivers on lap number 1 with an 18.846. Brandon Steele with an 18.903. Hayes with an 18.958. Castle, 18.964. And Dylan Workman, he's fastest with an 18.846. So at the moment, our top 20 drivers are separated by 0.445, so less than half a second here. And that's not bad considering that these are open setups. Coming out onto the racetrack in that 57 entry, it is going to be Luke Yanez. Luke Yanez in the 57. Rolling through turns 1 and 2 right now in the black and red, the white chassis, number 30, Jason Minat. In the bad boy buggies off-road, number 123, David Mosier. And in car number 92, well, he's been the surprise packet over the past couple of weeks. In car number 92, it is Mike Keegan. Mike Keegan in car number 92. So Luke Yanez will be the first car to lay down a qualifying time here. Waiting for a time to come through with a 19.207. Jason Minot with a 19.114. David Mosier with a 19.309, and Mike Keegan with an 18.982. Yanez with a 19.007. Jason Minot with a 19.021. Mosier with a 19.309. And Mike Keegan with an 18.912. Checkered flag on our 6th group of qualifying. So we've got about another 8 or 9 cars to lay down a lap time here at Williams Grove. Now, if you are joining us for the first time, make sure you go and hit that share button and the like button on not only Facebook, but also you can look up Blue Sphere Corporation and Dirty Old Bastards as well. Check out Colby's iPates on Facebook. And you can go to SETI Group. Oh no, it's actually SETI.com. Check out the sponsors that support Ultimate TV. So our top 20 will be locked in from qualifying. They will lock into the main event 21st on back. We'll run in a B main. And here is our next group of cars on qualifying. In the 360, Jamie Wallace. Jamie Wallace in the 360. To his outside, getting past in the number 6 is Alex Orions. Alex Orions in the number 6. And the number 34, Tom Leck. Or Leck. And also in the 310, it is Anthony Morano. Anthony Morano in the 310. Alex Orions with a 19.356. Jamie Wallace with a 19.694. Morano with a 19.348. And Luke with a 19.239. So something you don't often see cars sort of racing side by side one another in qualifying. Orions slower on lap 2. Wallace with a 19.270. Leak with a 19.096. And that gives us our next group of cars to come out onto the racetrack. In the 157, John Lopresto. John Lopresto in the 157. In car number 96, it's going to be George Wood. In the 32, Quaker State entry, it is James Taylor. And in the 457, we welcome him back. For the first time in a long time, it's Pops Mark Smith. So George Wood, the first car to get a time in here around the Williams Grove Speedway. George Wood with a 19.252. Lopresto, John Lopresto with an 18.847. Taylor with a 19.162. And Smith with a 19.183. Second lap for Lopresto, and he jumps to position number 5 with an 18.962. Smith with a 19.072. And Taylor with a 19.162. So that just means there is one car left to take a time. I'm not even sure if he's in the server. He might not be. So we'll listen to race control here for a minute. So positions 21 on back will be in a B main, 8 laps. There'll be no cautions in the B main, so we'll have...
I'll take my car out here, show you guys where the restart line is, and then we'll get the B main rocking and rolling. 8 laps, no yellows, top 4 advance.
There you go. Pretty much what I just said, but well done. So this is where the restart,
line
is going to be. Something that they brought in over the past couple of weeks.
We get off earlier here. The restart line is this first traffic light coming out of turn 4. So anytime the leader passes this spot right here, the first traffic light, they may fire any of those between here or when the green lights come on. So, Brenner, you got quick time, so you good with that, man?
Oh, there we go. So, our top 20, we'll have a look at our fastest qualifiers here this evening. The top 10 you can see on the left of your screen. Chris Brenner and Weston Newell go 1 and 2. John Batista in position 3. 4th with Cody Olsen. John Lopresto 5th. Zach McLaughlin 6th. Tyler Curtis 7th. Excuse me. Drew Neal in 8th. Zane Scott 9th. Travis Coltoff rounded out the top 10. 11th was Trevor Royer. 12th, Anthony Lopresto. 13th, Jason Nygaard. Dylan Workman in 14th. 15th was Brandon Steele. 16th, Stephen Hill. 17th, Mike Keegan. Chris Roberts in 18th. 19th, Charles Hayes. And our 20th car to advance straight into the main event. Twin 35 laps here around the Williams Grove Speedway will be the 97 of Matthew Henninger. And now we have our B main coming up for you right now. Well, Steve Castle will start on pole in the 911. At a position number 2, it's going to be the 22 of Dale Glessner. At a position 3, will be the 57 of Luke Yanez. At a position 4, the 30 of Jason Minot. Mark Smith will start at a position number 5. Tom Leake. We'll have to get confirmation on that one. Leake will start out of position 6. James Taylor will start out of position 7. Out of position 8 will be George Wood. Jamie Wallace will start out of 9th. 10, David Mosier. Anthony Morano out of 11th. Alex Orion's out of 12th. And Parker Davis out of position 13. Well, it's not a coldie, boys, but it's a bit of a drink. 8 laps on the board for tonight's B main. We'll listen into race control.
Lineup's good, guys. We'll go around one more time.
There you go. We'll go around one more time before we get these drivers set off into their B main. The top 4 will advance. The rest of the guys, well, they're going to have to watch from pit road, or they can decide to come and watch the broadcast. And they'll have to try their luck in race number 2. Yes, 2 races tonight. The first one with the sun out, beaming down onto the racetrack. The second race will be up at around quarter past, or the broadcast will be up at around 10:15 American time, Eastern time that is. And that'll be with the lights turned on. Yes, race 2 at night. Here we go.
Guys, pace truck is in.
8 on the board.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag is out, and Castle gets a good start. He will lead down the front straightaway into turns 1 and 2. The drivers, well, there was a bit of contact towards the back of the field, but well, we try and keep it clean and green on the opening lap here of the B main tonight. The 457 of Smith. Oh, a little out of shape in front of some of the drivers at the back, and he gets a little bit of a helping hand, but lap 1 is in the books, and Parker Davis from position 13 trying to make his way through the field right now. He's got 6.5 to do it. The 96 of George Wood battling with the 360 of Jamie Wallace. Wallace a little bit out of shape. Here comes the 34. Leak on the inside. Battle on for your top 3 right now. Well, they were a lot closer than that before. Uh-oh! It's the 10 of Glessner, who got all sorts of out of shape coming off corner number 4. 2 in the books. 2 in the books, 3 in the books. We'll have to listen to race control here in a second.
4 down, 4 to go, halfway.
4 down, 4 to go. There we go. Your race leader is the 911 of Castle. Second is the 30 of Jason Minot. Third is James Taylor. And you go back to Dale Glessner in that 4th and final transfer spot. Yanez, the first car, looking like it's going to miss out. Oh, Glessner just rode the cushion. Got that right rear very close to that outside wall in turns 3 and 4. 3 to go. You're watching the 57 of Luke Yanez on screen right now. Oh, Castle caught the wall. We'll have to have a look at that one in a second, as that is going to put Castle out of this one and flipped him literally out of the ballpark. Oh, man. And he is done and dusted in the B main here tonight. We should have the white flag this time by for the 30 of Jason Minot. There it is, the white flag. 1 to run. Minot, Taylor, Glessner, and Luke Yanez, your top four right now. The 96 of George Wood starting to slowly reel in the 57. I know he's definitely not going to have enough time as they go through turns 3 and 4. He goes to the low side on it in turns 3 and 4. He pulls real close to the 57, but it's not going to be. Jason Minot gets the win. Second goes to Taylor. Third, Glessner. And fourth was Luke Yanez. But let's take a look at our Colby's Eye Paint instant replay for Steve Castle. So we can find out what happened to him here. See if we can find out what happened here. So this is your Colby's Eye Paint instant instant replay here. So I'm not sure if it's this lap or the next lap where he goes flying. You hate to see it. I might slow this one down. It's just goes into 3 and 4, slides up, and just the right rear tyres. Thought they caught that wall. And it was all she wrote. Let's have a look from the turn 3 Beer Hill Gang turn camera. Yeah, that was heartbreaking there for Steve Castle. Well, that was our B main done and dusted. Now, we're going to take a look at our SETI Group starting grid. I'll have that fixed hopefully for a couple of days' time. Just ran out of time today. Starting on the pole in car number 84, it's going to be Chris Brenner. Starting out of position number 2, it's going to be the 222 of Weston Newell. Out of position 3, the 35 of John Batista. Out of position number 4, the 006 of Cody Olsen. Out of position 5, the 157 of John Lepresto. Out of position number 6, it's going to be the 11 of Zach McLaughlin. Out of position number 7, it's going to be the 5 of Tyler Curtis. Out of position 8, it's the 9 of Drew Neal. You go back to our inside 5th row starting spot, the 37 of Zane Scott, and to the outside in the 421, it's Trampers Kolthoff. At a position number 11, it's Trevor Royer. To his outside, the 257 of Anthony Lepresto. At a position 13, the 22 of Jason Nygaard. And starting out of position number 7, Dylan Workman. In position 14, car number 7. At a position 15, it's the 005 of Brandon Steele. Starting out of position 16, the 127 of Stephen Hill. Row 9, inside. Your 9th row, the 92 of Mike Keegan. To his outside, the 93 of Chris Roberts. At a position 19, Charles Hayes. And to his outside, Matthew Henninger. Then we go to our B main transferees. Yes, the B main guys will be at the back of this one. And those 4 cars were James Taylor, Luke Yanez, Dale Glessner, and Jason Minot. So Minot, Taylor, Glessner, and Yanez. In fact, the way they were in that one. Let's have a look at the cars rolling through turns 3 and 4. 35 laps on the board. Well, the best of the best right now. We've got some of the best in the business. And 1 to green. Tighten up, white flag, lap 35.
Leader may fire any.
So you've seen where the leader may fire from any time from that first traffic light in turns number 4. And here we go. 35 laps on the board. Who will take out race number 1 for round number 9 of the Blue Sphere Corporation and Dirty Old Bastards 360 Wing Sprint Car Series live from Williams Grove Speedway. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get after it. Chris Brenner can fire any time from now, and he is underway. The green flag is out, and Brenner will lead down the front straightaway. Batista following up on the inside as they go through turns 1 and 2. Nearly 3 wide as they come off corner number 2. Olsen now fighting on the inside. He's up on the inside of Weston Newell. Newell back to the outside of Olsen. They go through turns 3 and 4, and the yellow flag is out. Trying to find out who that might have been here. Trying to look at cars damaged. No. Can only assume that someone was a little bit loose. Although at the moment the car's on screen. Let's have a look at our. I think I may have made? No? Oh, okay, the 090 Trevor Royer. So you're watching the Colby's Eye Paint instant replay. Just come up a little bit there, I believe, on Trevor's cold top. Both cars go around. Trevor Royer, well, he's done for. That car is back on pit road, and oh, the 090 Trevor Royer out of tonight's event. So caution laps will not count. You'll see that these drivers, well, the ticker might not be working as far as lap counters because they don't count backwards, they count upwards. They have a white flag on lap 35.
You didn't fire any time after that first traffic light outside of turn 4. Oh, white flag lap 38.
So, this is just to produce, or just to have all 35 laps under green flag racing conditions. So, this is why this is one of the best leagues out there when it comes to getting the laps in. Drivers lined up single file, we're ready to fire off turn number 4. Chris Brenner from Batista and Cody Olsen. Your top 3, Weston Newell and Zach McLaughlin. Let's go. Let's see when we get back after it. And here we go. We're back underway as Chris Brenner leads down the front straightaway into turns 1 and 2. Newell on the inside. Here comes Olsen back to the outside. Battle on for third and fourth right now. Olsen and Newell, they both go to the top of the racetrack through turns 3 and 4. McLaughlin now downstairs.
Yellow, yellow.
And yellow flag is back out onto the racetrack. Let's see who could be. Tyler Curtis, here we go. Tyler Curtis in the 005. He's just in the 5 actually. So let's have a look at our Colby's Eye Paint instant replay. So we can find out what happened here. So battling with Anthony Lopresto. They go into 3 and 4. The cars just in front of him checked up a little bit. And unfortunately he gets the raw end of that one. So you said the 37. And so that's Zane Scott and Drew Neal just came together in front of him. Neal got on the brakes to stop from running over John Lopresto. Back is probably better start there. So you just see the cars on the right there. Anthony went high, Curtis went low, and Brandon Steele actually came through and collected the 5. So the 5 and the 005 both involved in that one. So lights are out on the pace track, and well, I think the Williams Grove curse is going to continue. In fact, we know when the lead is going to go. We're on white flag lap 41. So still 32 remain here for the 9th round of this series, the Wing 360 Sprint Car Series, presented by Blue Sphere Corporation and Dirty Old Bastards. So make sure you go give those guys a like on Facebook. Check out their pages. Here we go. Pace truck in. Leader may fire anytime from now.
Green flag, green flag.
And slowly gets back on the gas, but enough to pull away from Batista. But Batista now going to go back to the inside in turns 1 and 2. Look for the battle for the race lead. Saheed up, Batista and Brenner. A couple of pro drivers going at it right now. Here comes Cody Olsen in the 006, Western Newell and Zach McLaughlin. McLaughlin on the inside, he's looking to take over 4th, he picks up 4th. They come past the start-finish line, I think give it to McLaughlin in that number 11 machine. Olsen now trying to work over that Valvoline Express can, number 35 of Batista. Western Newell back to the outside of McLaughlin through turns 3 and 4, so good battles up front right now, great battles going on in the mid-pack. Literally, they are 2 by 2. Oh, no, we just caught the end of that one. Drew Neal. Oh, no, we'll have a look at a Colby's iPay. Instant replay coming up, but Drew Neal, unfortunately, he was, oh, look, he got out of shape. He got that cushion. And, oh, yeah, just turned it in way too early, unfortunately, for Drew Neal. Let's have a look at a slow-mo replay. And just turned it in way too early. Got the wall. Keegan involved. Koltoff coming through as well. Just some hard luck for that number 9 machine. In fact, let's go on board and just see how early that was actually. Yeah, well, it's turned in way too early. So we'll go back to normal speed here. So that's where he jumped the cushion. Yeah, just an error of misjudgment, unfortunately. Look, we're all only human. We all make mistakes, and well, he's just one of those drivers that made a mistake. So unlucky for Drew Neal on that one. So 3 early cautions here in race number 2. So it should be white flag, lap 44.
White flag, lap 44.
That is correct. So the Slade Colby's iPaint's UW Motorsports Ultimate Dirt TV entry of Chris Brenner leads the field over the Valvoline Express Care Ultimate Dirt TV number 35 of the Black Diamond Motorsports of John Batista. And you go back to the 006 entry of Cody Olsen, Western Newell in that 222 in the Deadhead. I believe that's a Worm Paints Designs. So Brenner going to play a bit of mind games with these drivers right now. Getting set to go green off turn number 4. There we go. Green flag is back out onto the racetrack. Brenner goes to the bottom in turns 1 and 2. That's going to leave the top side open for John Batista.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
And once again, yellow is out. Uh-oh. And the Scott Digital Racing Colby's iPaint Ultimate Dirt TV number 37 of Zane Scott finds himself on the wrong end of this one. Let's find out. Let's have a look at our Ultimate Dirt TV replay. Just catches that inside wall. So 2 cautions now where that inside wall has caught someone. Very, very careful these drivers have to be. Let's have a look at the cockpit view right now. So 1 error of judgment, and that's where you can go. Unfortunately, from going from position number 6, I believe he was. Let's have a look. Maybe even 7th, actually. No, it was 6. So from 6, well, unfortunately, he's now going to find himself at the back of the bus. Just beautifully painted machine. Obviously by Colby's Eye Paint, so he does some fantastic work. Colby's Eye Paints, and well, as you may have heard, he is the naming rights sponsor for our instant replays for the rest of the season and next season. So big thanks to Cameron for coming on board, along with thanks to Matthew as well from SETI Group for coming on board for the naming rights sponsors for the starting grid and also finishing results. So I believe white flag is going to be at lap 47 this time by, so we'll see if these drivers can, you know, finally get some laps in. We've still got about 28 to run. It's pretty much a Martinsville dirt. Long straightaways, tight corners, big half mile. Here we go, pace truck in. Chris Brenner will have command of the race lead. Changing it up, went to the bottom on the previous restart. He's gone to the top. All others on a lot of starts. Where does he go on this one? He's going to go to the bottom side of the racetrack once again. Slide in, coming now 3 wide, coming off turn number 2. Newell, Olsen and Batista. Batista, he had the run coming from the top side of the racetrack. They all go to the top in turns 3 and 4. McLaughlin now going to go back to the inside. Then you got Anthony Lepresto. Oh, we got a big wreck. The 92, Keegan involved. Oh, the 015, Charles Hayes. Royer stacked up in that one. Oh, man. Let's have a look. The 92 of Mike Keegan. Let's have a look at a Colby's Eye Paints instant replay. Just got caught up with Stephen Hill. Oh, man. That was some heavy contact. Let's have a look here. And who was the car that went flipping? I think that was Hayes. Who was that second car that went flipping? Oh, Travis Coltoff. Woo! Man, he got real lucky there because he was literally going flying through the air. In fact, we're going to slow this down here because this is going to be an interesting cockpit shot. So we're riding on board in our Colby's Eye Paints instant replay on board here with the 421 of Travis Coltoff. So you see the accident happening in front of him. He's just literally got nowhere to go. Man, he just sees sky, dirt, and it was Matthew Henniger who actually was coming through and just minding his own business. Just coming through and actually stopped Travis Coltoff from going on a big tear and a big wild ride on that race car. We'll listen to race control because I think we're on white flag at lap 50.
White flag lap 50.
So still plenty of racing to come. Just getting just the one lap in here. Hopefully these drivers can settle down a bit. I think we've still got about 18 or 19 cars left in this one. Just all about trying to get that momentum, get in a rhythm. There we go. Pace truck will take the left-hand turn into pit road, and Chris Brenner once again will have command of the field. We're back underway. Green flag is back out. Chris Brenner once again. Will he go to the bottom? Yes, he does. Through turns 1 and 2. Olsen now. Western Newell got a bad piece of the inside wall. Olsen and Batista. They were side by side. There we go. Batista just dropped out just for a split second there. Let's now look at the different lines these drivers are taking, especially our guys in the top 5, 6 right now. They are literally spread out all over this racetrack. Western Newell 4th, 5th is Zach McLaughlin. You go back to John Lepresto, Anthony Lepresto, Dylan Workman, Stephen Hill, Chris Roberts making his way to the top 10, as is Matthew Henninger in 11th right now.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Oh no, the City Group number 97 got caught up with the 127. Let's take a look at our Colby's Eye Paint instant replay. So Matt Money's... Oh, in fact, it wasn't Stephen Hill. I apologise. It was the 30 of Jason Minot. So let's have a look one more time at a replay. Matt just got a little bit loose. And the 30 there. Just trying to switch up on the inside. And they both came together. So Minot, believe he might be back on pit road. So the... Not sure what it is about Williams Grove. It is what it is. So our top 10, Chris Brenner, John Batista, Cody Olsen, Weston Newell, Zach McLaughlin, John Lepresto, Anthony Lepresto, Dylan Workman, Stephen Hill, and Chris Roberts. So, I believe there's a timer on this one as well.
One, the green guys, tighten up, single file, white flag lap 53 for 13 minutes.
There you go, 13 minutes. These guys have got a timer because race 2, we don't need to be here for any longer than what should be 40 minutes of racing. So a timer has been set, so we've got 13 minutes. Or white flag lap 53. We're coming to lap 30, so we've still got 24 to run. Here we go. Chris Brenner gets the field back up to pace right now. We're back underway. Brenner once again will lead. I'm more interested right now in the battle for second and third because here comes Cody Olsen to the inside. Olsen looking for second, but Batista has that spot coming off of turn number 2, looking to get a run on your race leader, Chris Brenner. All top 3 driver. Oh, Olsen! He just got his right rear just up over the cushion, got all sorts of loose. John Lepresto, he got all sorts of out of shape. And there's a big wreck that we've just seen on the top of the screen. And we'll see if we can find out who that might have been. Uh-oh. Oh no, Cody Olsen. Let's have a look at a Colby's Eye Paint's instant replay. What happened here? Oh. And that was after, or just as the yellow came out as well. Oh, there it is on our Colby's Eye Paint's instant replay. Trevor Royer, and I believe that was the 10 of Glessner, I believe. Just got caught up in that one, and again, as having nowhere to go, so plenty of action on the racetrack, plenty of torn up race cars, to say the least. Yeah, Glessner and Royer, and then Curtis coming through as Yanis just checked up. So this race could be cut short, to say the least. So these drivers once again will need to settle down and hopefully get into a rhythm. To be honest, I don't think Williams Grove is the best track for these cars. As we go with full fuel, I think everyone's just getting a little bit too antsy. Although I personally love running a 360 around here.
Somebody check on Brett, make sure he's still awake.
Brenner, you shut your mouth. You know what?
On the green guys.
You know what?
Single file, white flag lap 56 forward.
You shut your mouth, boy. We're okay, okay? We heard that, Brenner. Alright. Good fun, good fun. So we got about, I think, 10 minutes to wrap this one up. Or white flag lap 56, I think. He's just lucky I'm not here to beat him tonight. Back to green flag and we're back underway. The field is starting to dwindle right now, but well, the quality of drivers is still second to none. Western Hill had a look to the inside and John Batista now. Batista, well, he had the run coming out of turn number 2 on Chris Brennan. Now Western Hill to the inside, not going to make the pass. They come down the front straight away. We get a full lap in right now. We'll see if we can keep it going, guys. Western Hill trying to make a run on the inside of Western Hill. Man, Batista, that momentum on the top of the racetrack through turns 1 and 2. And they're just starting to get a little bit close to that outside wall. In turns 3 and 4, Batista now tries to pin that right rear on the cushion. Brenner on the bottom in turn 3 and 4. Oh no, Batista! He made a big mistake in 3 and 4. Thankfully, Western Hill, he was a little ways behind and he was able to avoid the 35. So Newell right now on the bottom all the way around the racetrack. Brenner still your race leader. And then beautifully presented Colby's Eye Paints Ultimate Dirt TV Slade UW Motorsports entry. The 84. Running the bottom through turns 3 and 4 as well. Batista trying to work something on the top of the racetrack right now. You see they're starting to get a little bit wider through turns 1 and 2. Turns 3 and 4, it's a lot more sharper. Kind of like a hairpin type deal. Western Hill in third. Once again, the left front catches that inside wall. You go back to Zach McLaughlin in fourth. Dylan Workman in fifth. And let's have a look. We got a battle on for fifth, sixth, and seventh right now. As Stephen Hill, they've got the Lepresto boys right behind them. And then Chris Roberts. So the brothers Anthony and John Lepresto running side by side here at Williams Grove. Roberts, he's got the best view in the house right now. As Anthony just starts to pull away from John, but John fights back on the inside. Anthony now looking to the outside on Stephen Hill. That's for fifth, sixth, and seventh. Hill way up on the cushion in turns 1 and 2. Lepresto got out. Lepresto looking to the outside. He now dives to the inside. Well, he's going to force the issue. And Stephen Hill into the wall. Big wheel stand down the front straight. He's going to lose 3 positions. Workman just continuing to roll on the bottom of the racetrack. Chris Brenner, he has just checked out. He is gone. Western Hill in third. Brenner got a 1.3 second lead. Now, Lepresto, that's Anthony Lepresto in the 257. Trying to get a top 5. Dylan Workman hangs on to that 5th spot. Lepresto back in 6th. Workman just, he is solid down low right now. Lepresto, though, moves to the outside. 10 laps to run here in race number 1. Race 2. Oh, no! Zach McLaughlin, Chris Roberts, and Dylan Workman. What happened to the 11? Let's take a look at our Colby's Eye Paints instant replay. Oh no. Wow. Going into turns 3 and 4, he got into the wall. He tried to get back onto the cushion, sent the car hard left. And this is, yeah. Just, it's an unfortunate because Dylan Workman, he was a solid top 5 driver.
Yeah, hold on.
So, caution is out. In fact, we're going to put that on push to talk because we're going to need to do that. Oops. There we go. So Chris Brenner had a 1.5 second lead over Batista. So Brenner will lead Batista. Then you go back to Weston Newell. And then we have Anthony Lepresto, John Lepresto, Stephen Hill, Zach McLaughlin, Dylan Workman, James Taylor, and Chris Roberts, your top 10.
Like one the green guys, tighten up, single file, white flag lap 59 or on time, whichever comes first.
How much time is left?
9 to run.
Anytime now. We just went over 30 minutes, so.
There we go. So they may even declare this feature race very shortly.
9 to go at the line, or when time goes.
9 to go all time. Let's take a look. What will come first? Hopefully 9 laps. Chris Brenner leads us back to the green flag. And that 84 wastes no time getting to the top of the racetrack through turns 1 and 2. Batista now once again going to fight off Weston Newell on the inside for second and third. Batista, well, he gaps Weston Newell down the back straight away into 3 and 4. Weston Newell trying to find some moisture down low. He just can't get the run coming off corners number 2 and 4. He's got the speed going in. It's just coming off that really slows down the 222 Weston Newell. 8 to run here in main event number 1. And Brenner still your race leader. 7 laps to go for the 84. He just looks so comfortable out on the racetrack right now. Anthony and John Lepresto, well, they were side by side. John Lepresto had the better of it. 7 to go. Weston Newell, well, he's gone to the top of the racetrack in turns 3 and 4. Now goes to the bottom in 1 and 2. Collects that inside wall one more time. I got a feeling Batista, he might just be starting to catch your race leader. Time is running out. Brenner gets the cushion.
5 to go or on time, whichever comes first.
There we go. 5 to go at time. Brenner got the cushion in turns 3 and 4 and drove back through the slick coming off turn 4. Uh-oh, I think we had someone, I think it might have been John Lepresto making a mistake in turns 1 and 2. 4 to go. Here we go. The battle is on. No idea when the time. In fact, there's a minute 40 remaining. So these guys can get it in. They can get the 4 laps in with 40 seconds to spare. Or 30 seconds to spare anyway. This is going to be close right now. A minute and a half remain. 3 to run for Chris Brenner. Through turns 1 and 2, Batista follows him the whole way around. They come off turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Brenner's got 2 car length lead over Batista. One mistake could cost him the win right now. 2 to run. And we've got 1 minute and 5 seconds as they come across the line. So we're going to have about 20 seconds spare. Hopefully. Talk about cutting it close on time right now. Through turns 3 and 4. For the penultimate time, the white flag is out here at the Speedway.
White flag, 1 more.
1 to go, half a mile, 4 turns. The battle is on for the race lead. Brenner trying to fend off a late charge from John Batista. I don't think Batista's going to have anything for him. Batista goes to the low side, goes through the middle, maybe a slider. No, Chris Brenner will get the job done. Ladies and gentlemen, the 84 Follins Victory Lane second will go to Batista. And how about Anthony Lepresto in third? Whoo boy. Let's have a look
Yellow flag is out.
at our SETI group finishing results here. Brenner gets the job done. Batista second. Third was Lepresto. Fourth, Western Hill. Stephen Hill rounded out the top five. John Lepresto sixth. James Taylor. Zach McLaughlin. Dylan Workman. Chris Roberts top 10. How about Taylor from the B main? I think started 23rd. And then we go over at the page and have a look at our second page. Brandon Steele, Tyler Curtis, Charles Hayes, Dale Glessner, Cody Olsen, Trevor Royer, Luke Gannes, Jason Minette, Matthew Henniger, Zane Scott, Travis Coltoff, Mike Keegan, Drew Neal, and Jason Nygaard were our 24 finishers in that one. But it was Chris Brenner getting the job done here in race number 1. So let's go and have a chat with our top 2 drivers anyway. Standing by with to grab him here. So, John, congratulations on a second place here tonight. Oh, you almost said something about time and laps. It just ran out.
Yeah, it was kind of a weird race. I think we got like 4 laps green there at the beginning until we finally had a few runs where I could build up some momentum to try to do something on Brenner. I was fast at the beginning. He really pulled away from me there in the middle when we got that final caution to bring us all back together. I think I was a little bit faster than him. I reeled him in quite a bit, but he just had something going for him in 1 and 2 that even if I was good in 3 and 4, it was on the gated the following set of corners.
Oh, yeah, the cushions are another hot topic. It was starting to build up there. I mean, it looked like it was fairly big in 3 and 4. What was it like in 1 and 2? Was it the same at both ends, or were they fairly different?
I think it was definitely bigger in 3 and 4. 1 and 2, I don't think there was a cushion in 1 and 2. I'm not 100% positive, but actually, you know what? I take that back, because there was a few times I got so close to the wall I could hear the rear tires spinning. I think I jumped it a few times. So it was there in 1 and 2, just obviously not as big in 3 and 4. 3 and 4, there's a huge bump. You either had to go low and miss it and kind of sacrifice your runoff, or you could just drive right through it and counter steer. It was dangerous, but it's kind of what you had to do to keep up with Brenner.
Well done on a second place here in race number 1, no doubt. I'm sure you got some people you want to thank.
Yeah, Brett, I want to thank you and Ultimate Dirt TV for sponsoring me. I want to thank Nathan Davis for... this guy is so underrated in the dirt community, I guess you can call it. He's very knowledgeable when it comes to setting up these cars. So I want to thank Nathan for helping me out. He helped me out last night for Pro. And I want to thank Chris for putting on the league.
Alright, well, if we see you in the next one, good luck in that one.
Thank you, Brett.
Alright, well, we'll come to Victory Lane once more time. Well, he got lucky that I wasn't there to beat him tonight. But, Chris, congratulations on the win. You must be stoked.
That was a great race at the end there.
And no, I wasn't falling asleep, although the race was filled with a couple of cautions to start off with. I mean, is it frustrating as a driver knowing that this track has just produced quite a few cautions?
Yeah, you know how it goes. Williams Grove is real hit or miss on if we're going to have some green flag racing here or not. It's a highly technical track, and it brings out a lot of issues sometimes with the big fields like this. It is frustrating when you're up in the lead. Hold on one second. It is frustrating when you're in the lead, and you really want to kind of get a rhythm going here in turn laps, but you get that many cautions, it's hard to get that down. Towards the end, Batista, hats off to him. He's probably the most consistent driver I've ever driven against, so you can't afford to make any mistakes when he's on your heels like that. So we got lucky, we held him off and got a victory.
I think it was about 9 to go on that last restart, and it was pretty much 9 laps all time. You know, you guys made it with about, I think, 30 or 35 seconds to spare. I mean, was that sort of playing on your mind as the laps were dwindling down and just not trying to make that mistake?
You know, I wish I would have not asked that question on the time left, because you know, that was kind of in the back of my mind, and it was making me nervous with John right there on that restart. I had a comfortable lead before that yellow came out. I knew it was going to be tough.
Well, you get the win here in race number 1, so congratulations on that one. But why don't you thank some people before we let you get out of here?
Yeah, thanks, Brett, Ultimate Dirt TV, for putting on an awesome show for us here. I thought I had those guys muted, sorry. UW Motorsports teammates, all the help they do to make us so fast. Colby's Eye Paints for the sick looking cars, does a fantastic job. Next Gen Fabrication, and we've got a new sponsor signing on with us here in the next few weeks. I can't get into the details yet, but big things are coming for our team. We're pretty excited about working with this guy. So we'll see you in the next race. Thanks a lot, guys.
There we have it. Chris Brenner gets the job done here in race number 1. Well, race number 2 is about to launch, so we'll shut this stream down. We'll have another stream up and going very shortly, so stick around. Come back here on Ultimate TV. Race number 1 done and dusted. Chris Brenner gets the job done. Well done.